Katty, Konnie, and Loudmouth Linda, keeping it real, no agenda. Satire, truth, and a whole lot of fun. Politics, crime, we get it all done. From breaking news to a joke or two, we do it our way just for you. We just can't make this stuff up. 1 year strong and we ain't gonna stop. Mic in hand, voices loud, shouting truth, making you proud.
Well, hello.
Hello, it's Friday Eve.
Right?
Friday Eve, weekend ever.
Looking forward to that Friday.
Looking forward to Friday. So, because then
5
we're into
o'clock whistle.
weekend ever.
The 5 o'clock whistle on Friday.
Amen. I'm telling you, it was a long day today. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's almost bedtime.
Yeah. At least for me.
You know, once you get to the point at this age where you start thinking, yay, it's almost bedtime. This is what you start looking forward to at this age. It's bedtime.
I know. It's like, 8 o'clock. Let's put my jammies on.
I know, right? Time to get ready for bed. Oh,
Honestly, you guys are lucky because normally I would have my pajamas on by now.
Well, you know what? It's just the way it is. The things we look forward to are not as big in grandeur the older we get.
Right.
They get to the point they get a little smaller, a little simpler. Putting on your jammies early and getting in bed early is a nice feeling.
Yes, it is. Very nice.
What do you got to talk about, Linda? There's so much going on.
Yeah, I know.
Other than our government continues to stay closed. Why? Because they're having too much fun on vacation.
Because they're having temper tantrums.
Well, I'm sure they don't care. They don't want to go. They really don't want to go back to work. Come on, you know they don't. I don't know what kind of work they do there in the first place.
Exactly. All they do is sit there and hold congressional meetings.
Right? They get nowhere.
Right.
But you know what I did find?
Having people sit in front of them and lying.
Well, Fetterman voted to open it.
Yeah.
I'm sure that the other side didn't like that very much.
I think he's going to flip.
I think he's already flipped.
I think so.
I think
he's going to.
I think it's time. They've had 23 days off now. It's 23 days. They've had 23 days off. It's time to reopen up the government and start adulting.
You know what? Me personally, I don't think they should get paid back pay or anything.
Right? Schumer should have to pay him out of his money, since he's the one that wants to continue to keep it closed down.
Exactly.
Right.
There's a reason for all of this, and we just don't know what it is.
Well, I'm sure. So they want all their things that they want on that paper, and they're not going to reopen the government until they say that they get everything they want.
Well, then I guess the United States of America is closed.
Oh, they are too?
That's what I'm saying. I guess we're closed for business because we have a bunch of babies that want to have, circumcisions done in Nigeria.
Right. There you go.
Personally, I don't care if the people in Nigeria get circumcised.
I don't think they care.
I was just going to say, and I don't think they care either, because I guarantee 99.9% of them aren't.
I can guarantee that the money doesn't go to that in the first place. They say
that was my next sentence.
It doesn't go there. It goes somewhere else, and we never know it. We never know.
That was my next sentence.
It's just
what's Nigeria code for? Schumer's pocket?
It could be. It could be, or Nancy Pelosi, or a collective of a bunch of them.
Oh, did you see where she told a reporter to shut up?
Nancy Pelosi did?
Yeah.
Why? They said something that triggered her?
Yeah. They asked her a question.
And she didn't know the answer? Or
No,
was it an answer that made her mad?
it would have been an answer that made her mad, so she told the reporter to shut up. It's like, okay.
Okay,
Yes.
there's your answers. Did she call him a Nazi fascist?
It was funny though.
I bet it was.
It was like, really? You're such a loser, lady.
That is shows real class, doesn't it, for a person in office to tell people to shut up.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I Nothing would surprise me anymore.
Mm-mm.
I should be surprised, but I'm not.
Mm-mm.
I'm not.
No.
Not surprised about anything. Nothing shocks me anymore.
No.
It's all, you know what? It's all a movie.
Yeah.
It's like, when's it going to end? When is the plot? When does it end? You know?
When we find out that the world really isn't round and it's flat and we fall off the edge, I don't know.
Right? Right? I don't know. We got that going on. We still have protests everywhere. The feds are going into Portland to do what? I'm not sure, because those guys are crazy over there. And then I heard last night, and I started laughing because they said, well, Alligator Alcatraz was open just so that we could send all of the illegals over there. And they rip them out of their bed naked and put them on a bus and throw them to Alligator Alcatraz. This is what we're doing, guys. I want you to know. And I thought, who told you that? And you believed them? I don't believe any of that.
I guess we've been having some pretty good big raids.
Hey, zombie, it's good to see you.
Hi, zombie. Yeah, we've been having some pretty good raids, and I started touching upon it the other night when I said that they literally used explosives to bust open the door. They didn't use a ram this time.
They have to go.
Sorry, I'm trying to get this lid on here and it won't go back on. Oh, that's weird.
They have to go home. Their vacation here is over.
Right. Exactly. You know, it's you had your vacation for free.
We paid you.
We paid your food. We sent you wherever you wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to see some of the countryside.
And you've been here 6 months.
It's time to go home now. Like, you know, normal people do from vacation.
Oh, I found the missing Mexicans that have been disappeared. They suddenly show up in Mexico. See? Oh my God. You know, no one knows where they came from. They just turned up. You know, come on. They know exactly where they came from. They knew everything they were doing. They know. Everybody knows. And you know, I am so tired of the ignorance.
Don't even get me started.
You know,
don't even get me started. If I see one more thing on Facebook of I can't say it that way because that would sound racist, of a man with a turban on his head holding up a sign that says, I lost my CDL because I don't speak English. No shit. I am so sick of seeing those. I am so sick of seeing them.
I wonder if they would let us drive a CDL, if we could get a CDL license in Germany if we didn't speak German. And all the signs are in German. Or in France, where all the signs are in French. Think they'd let you drive around in an 18-wheeler and not know how to read the signs? Where's your sign? That's what I say.
Look, we were considering going to London and France once upon a time.
Fingers. The Avengers refers to the flip. The flip is over. You know, they did. They took. A vote yesterday to reopen the government, and it was 55 to 46 or 49 or whatever it was. And of course, Schumer got his way. He continues to keep our government closed down. And then if they keep it closed down 60 days, then we have to pay back pay for 60 days to all the people who have not been getting paid. They do. They give Eastern Indian immigrants licenses to drive trucks. But I bet but in Canada, it's in English. Isn't your signs in English?
Depends on where in Canada, because
Oh, this is true, huh?
Quebec speaks French.
That's right. So some of their signs over there in Quebec.
And I'm not sure about Nova Scotia. I thought Nova Scotia was French speaking too, but I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, Zombie.
English and French. So some of the signs are in French. Well, when in Rome do as the Romans do. So if you can't read French, then you need to not drive a truck.
Yeah, I'm thinking places like Windsor and around Niagara Falls, they probably have English signs.
Well, you know what I heard? This was another kind of interesting thing that, all of these wonderful conspiracy theories, and Princess Di is still alive because, really she was the next one in line, the bloodline for the royal family, and she would really be the queen. Mm-hmm. And I thought, now that's a new one. I never heard that one. Wonder who made that one up. I don't know. Maybe it's true.
No, the way it is, because her family was already, like, her dad was an earl. And that's why she was actually called Lady Diana.
Right.
And that was before she even had anything to do with him. Because I don't know the dynamics, but I know that her dad was heavily involved working for the family or through, they're all cousins. Because they kept the bloodline. So, somehow they're all related. I'm sorry to say
that's
I've watched enough documentaries that they were marrying first, second, third, eighth cousins.
That's some crazy stuff going on there.
Just to keep the bloodline where it is. And I don't know how many people know this, but really they're German. They were from German. Yeah, they come from German. They ascend from German. It's really weird. It's really, really weird. And it's just like, it's really, really weird that she would never make her husband king.
But Zombie, they said that Prince Charles is really sick right now. Now, whether that's true or not, that's another thing.
Now, you know what I think you're talking about? Princess Diana would have been Queen Mother.
I don't know what she would have been.
She would have been Queen Mother because she's the mother of William. So she would have been next in line to be Queen Mother, which will never be bestowed upon Camilla. They've already said this numerous times. William said there's no way she will be Queen Mother with that title. Donna?
I don't know. I don't know what to think about all that royalty over there. They don't have any real say in anything, do they? Aren't they just kind of like just...
Well, the only thing they have is
Hollywood,
like their successions. Who gets it next? The people don't vote that. That's the family thing. But Camilla is trying to get her son in
Really?
front of William.
So look at Zombie said that he was in Canada just a few months ago, walking around fine and looking good. So see, who knows what's going on if he really is sick? I don't know. Maybe he's got a double. All of this just
Well, I
gets
mean, look at
deeper and
Biden.
deeper.
Look at Biden. He was walking around, and other than having a lost look on his face all the time, do you know I saw the funniest meme? While I've got you laughing, I'll make you start crying probably till you pee yourself. Somebody put a mime of Biden naked in a diaper, and it said Burger King on his diaper, and it said, "There is the American King." That was hilarious. It was hilarious.
I saw a video that I loved, and I forgot to send it to you. I was going to, but it had this little 4-year-old, and he had a little skunk in his hand. He's about 4 or 5. He had this little skunk in his hand, and he knocked on the door, and he goes, "Hey, look what I got! I got a stinky fart cat." And it farted, and it really stung. Me and the mom had to shut the door and said, "Get that thing out of here."
Did you hear that they're up in arms now because he demoed part of the East Wing for the new
Oh yeah,
ballroom?
they're really mad about that. They think that he should not have made that ballroom bigger. That the tent thing was fine. He could just have, all the royals and all the people coming from different countries, the higher up. They can all just come in and go into that tent.
Well, they said that it looks really bad. They said it was in bad shape.
Right. Well, see, the
It's
Queen
nothing.
Mother would be William's mother, Diane, right? So,
Yeah, yeah.
but
So Diana would have been Queen Mother, and Camilla wants the title, and that's not happening. William said there's no way she will be Queen Mother.
no, Camilla's not. Camilla is Queen something else, Mother something else, but that ain't it. She's a
She's
queen.
definitely a mother something else.
She's a mother something else or a queen of something, but not that. Not that.
He secretly did what?
I don't know. He secretly did it after he announced it. Oh, the secret ballroom, the wonderful, but it's almost built. Are you kidding me? And the funny thing is, not even coming out of the American taxpayers' money. He's
Right.
pitching in, and all of his little
Yeah.
rich cronies are all pitching in
Yeah.
to build the
Right.
ballroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's already done it. It's already being decorated on the inside. They're getting ready to throw a party here pretty soon. So, but they said the tent. They all wanted it. They thought the tent was fine, and they should just all come into the tent. All the royals. We're gonna welcome them into it. Come on in. Come into our Timu tent.
It's good and all because, like, where they show, our president when he goes to England, their big room that they all, 500 people sit at the table,
Yeah,
which I don't know how it doesn't sag in the middle, but anyway.
we've got a bunch of tables all hooked together.
Right, right. And it's beautiful,
Mhm.
and ours are, honestly, if you ask me, I think the White House looks really drab. It really does.
Trump is working on it.
I know. It looks really drab. It needs some zhuzh or something.
Something on there. Well, he's working on it. He's saying we're going to have the most biggest, glorious ballroom in the world. Okay, we're making America great so we can hold a great big gala for everyone to come in and see our new ballroom.
Right, right.
Charles has
I
cut his
heard that.
to his health. Prince William has stepped in to fill the gap. I've heard that.
I did
So
too.
William's just getting polished up to take over.
Hmm. Well, Didn't they say that he wouldn't be king long and that he would relinquish? I don't know if
I heard that.
I don't know if he'll relinquish it, but they said that he was only going to be in for maybe 4 or 5 years.
That's what I heard too.
They're already making designs and printing money with William and Catherine's face on it.
Well, there you go. See,
Yeah.
they already know.
They're not distributing it yet, but they're already making it. So I guess they didn't have enough
She's
time.
not good, is she?
Catherine?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's okay now.
Well, she had cancer.
Yeah, she's okay now. But no matter what that poor woman does, there's going to be critics.
Yeah.
I think she's very elegant. I think she's very graceful. I think she carries herself as the next queen.
Yeah.
She carries herself much better than the camel.
Well,
The camel
she got in
always
there a
looks
little late in life.
the camel always looks dazed and confused, and I heard she's a real bitch. I've
Well,
seen several interviews saying that she is just a bitch and she can't stand Charlotte.
I bet it's beautiful. The White House is federal style architecture and is style classic from form not bling. I bet it's beautiful, and I'm sure it is got gold in there all over everywhere because Trump has a thing about gold. He loves
The Oval Offices, at least.
the Oral Office.
Oval.
They changed that name when Clinton was in.
Well, yeah, that was Clinton's office, the Oral Office.
The Oral
But I'm sure it's back to the Oval Office with the king,
The king and his wife. Well, okay, so I already said, Nadler is getting ready to retire, and then we get Chelsea. So, it just gets better, guys. I just sit back and laugh and think, I guess it's like the royal line. Your dad was president, your mom was, I don't know what she was, but she was Secretary of Defense or something. One time, Secretary of the House or whatever. Remember, she was something.
Yeah.
Remember? And then that's as high as she went. And now we're going to work on the daughter to send her up through the ranks. We just were born in the wrong family.
I've always said that.
I've
always said that I was born in the wrong family.
We weren't born with a silver spoon in our mouth, and
The thing that's so weird about it. The thing that's so weird about it is that my brother used to say the same thing. We both felt that we didn't belong.
Should have been royal. Did you think you were supposed to be royalty?
No, I don't think I was supposed to be royal, but both my brother and I thought that we were in the wrong family. I mean, look at the two older ones. They're a nightmare.
Well,
And
I think
I
God
don't know.
had a reason.
It's just a feeling. It's just a deep inside gut feeling that I don't belong in the family I was in. And if I did belong, I failed miserably because I was supposed to change those evil, wicked people. And, I'm not Donald Trump.
No.
I can't. There's no more room in my back for a knife.
So what is, other than they want $1.6 trillion or they're not going to open the government, what is the real reason? I mean, you guys, if the government's open, you can debate the things that you want and not debate, but as long as it's closed, you can't even talk about it. You can't get anything done. No one can talk. No one. But this is the way it is in this world now. You can't talk about anything or you'll be called a Nazi fascist or told to shut up. I can't believe Pelosi told someone to shut up.
Told a reporter to shut up.
So see, there you go. We're really showing our class here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what they
Unbelievable.
want.
They want
No,
one
no,
five.
Donna, we never did. My brother passed away 19 years ago before they even thought of 23andMe. And if they did think of it, we didn't hear about it back then.
They
Uh,
want $1.5 trillion for illegals. Wow. They
yeah,
don't.
of course. No, they never do, Donna. They never do.
No, what they do is they sit around and talk and drink and have a good time, and they never discuss anything that they're supposed to be discussing,
Right,
and nothing gets done.
right,
Well,
right.
now nothing's really nothing is getting done.
Yeah. No, Donna, what I meant by that when you said do you do DNA, I'm not saying my parents didn't have me. I'm saying that I think my soul is in the wrong body, in the wrong family. I know it sounds weird. It sounds really weird, but
You know, they want to give all this money to the illegals that came over here and did not put one dime into our system. Oh, and did you see where Trump blew those 3 or 5 votes? And now, okay, instead of worrying about whose it was or who we've offended or how it's not getting here, we're worried about the whales that are getting hold of the fentanyl. Have you stopped to think about that? A crazy whale on
um,
fentanyl?
no, that's sad though.
It is very sad. Could we?
Unfortunately, it needs to be done, but that's sad for the wildlife.
It is horrible for the wildlife, and my thing is, what if they just freak out? These are big animals. These are not little animals. So they
But
freak out. What's going to happen?
but once I don't know, this is my ignorance on drugs, but if it's powder form, once it hits water, it dissipates, right?
Well, I don't know if it gets into the water and then they breathe it into their
Yeah,
gills.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I know it's not good for them.
Well,
But then it's not good for us. And the people bringing it over here are not worried about the American people or how many they're going to kill here, and we're not worried about the wildlife or
it's a
what happens.
paycheck.
I mean, it's
It's a
a
paycheck.
catch-22 there.
It is, and unfortunately, the creatures are gonna end up with the worst part of it. But
It
yeah,
always the innocent. It always seems like the innocent are the ones that take the brunt of it.
of
Well,
everything.
Zombie said he understands.
Hmm.
I understand. I feel like I should have been born in Rome during the Colosseum's time. Oh, did you wanted to be a gladiator?
You know what, though, zombie? You could have been in a past life if you believe in that. You could have been. You know, I mean, I'm. It depends on where your beliefs are. If you believe that you're an old soul that's just been regenerated a few hundred times.
Well, the thing is, don't you think that God has personalities and spirits and souls that he says, okay, you know what, you're not quite done yet. We need you to carry on another 100 years doing something else. You did so well in what you did the first time. We're going to give you another chance here.
Which brings me right to Elvis Presley's song. If you can remember that one when he said, "But this time you gave me a mountain."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there ain't no molehills. There ain't no bumps. It's like this big, huge ass mountain right there. Boom! What are you gonna do with that, Linda? Still working on it. Still working on it.
You're still working on it. All right. Well, you know what? That's all we can do. That's all we can do. So, did everybody have a good Thursday? What'd you do on your Thursday? Oh, I know what you did on your Thursday. Never mind.
The same thing I do on my Monday, my Tuesdays, and my Fridays.
What did everyone else do on their Thursday? Hope everyone had a good Thursday. I was reading some things and was finding out who was funding our wonderful protests, and of course we know Soros is one of them, and now we know that Warren Buffett is one of them. And we heard that the Ford plantation, the Ford truck people are involved in it.
I don't
But
know.
there's
I
a
have
little
a hard
bit
time believing that one.
Who knows who took over? Well, look at Christy Walton is. Now you know that old man Walton is rolling over in his grave saying, "Dear God in heaven, I didn't leave this money to her to do this with it."
Yeah, there's really not that many Fords left.
See? So who's running the Ford place? Who knows? And what they're doing with it?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? But I'm just saying, everybody's throwing in their money in the hat going, okay, well, we're going to do this so that there's no kings. That's kind of a waste of money because we don't have a king.
Wow, that's interesting, Donna.
You're related to gladiators beheaded, founded in the northern Britain among 12 gladiators. Well, see, there you go. There you go. I've never done my DNA. I did a little ancestry and then I stopped.
All I know is
My
that
mom's online. I don't have any.
both sets of great grandparents came over. One from Poland by the Russian border,
Mhm.
and the other from northern Italy, the other set. But yeah, we always were told we were Polish, and then my sister started doing the lineage back and
Oh,
found
see,
out that we're actually
they have an executive board. And who's on that executive board? There you go.
and we found out that we are actually considered Russian Polish.
Wow.
We were so close to the border.
Wow.
That could explain.
What? What?
That could explain.
My dad's side was here before anyone founded this continent. And my mom's side is Danish. Perussian.
Must be Native.
Perussian. You're Perussian.
You know, my son did his, and you want to talk about that kid is so screwed up in the head over this because we were told, I was told, and his dad was told that his grandmother was pure Italian
Mm-hmm.
and his father was pure Native American, which to look at him, he looked like Sitting Bull.
Wow.
He really did.
Wow.
But then, you know, both his dad and his uncle, you know, he had green eyes. The uncle had blue eyes, you know, and his dad, the grandfather, had blue eyes. But we never put two and two together. And then when my son did his 23andMe,
Uh-huh.
he's got absolutely, positively zero Native American in him. Zero.
Well, see, there you go. Who knows?
And he is Egyptian.
Does he walk like one? Sorry.
Sometimes, yeah. I know that's what but yeah, he's Egyptian. And if to look at him now, to look at him and to see his profile and stuff, he does. He looks like the old drawings. What are they called? Holographics.
Mm-hmm.
he looks like the old drawings. Put a hat on him, and one of them funky hats that they used to wear. And yeah, he could walk right up. But his dad looked Italian. I mean, his dad, he looked Italian.
I'm telling you, I'm a Heinz 57. There's no way that anyone could tell me. This is why I tell everybody I'm an American, because there's so much going on here.
Well, my grandmother is the one that screwed up everything because her family was the Heinz 57.
I agree with Zombie. I'm pure trouble.
My dad was pure Polish, and my mom was half Italian. And my grandmother, well, I'm actually French Canadian. I've got that in me. French Canadian.
Wow.
I don't know what the difference between a French Canadian and English Canadian. I don't know what the difference is.
British and the others from France, right?
Maybe.
We're all a mix. We're all Heinz 57s in America. That's why we just say we're American. What is that entitled? Well, I was born in the United States. And so what does that make you? Oh, well, I'm an American.
Right.
Where does that fall into? A melting pot? So that's what I am. I'm a melting pot. I don't know. We could all probably have a little bit of something because, we all came from Adam and Eve. So there's something there down the bloodline.
Donna, he's only got like this much Italian in him. So whatever came from his great grandfather is all the Italian he has in him. So there's no way his grandmother was. Let me tell you. Okay, I got to tell you this. When we were going to get married, we had to go get his birth certificate because his dad didn't have it. And number one, they had the date wrong. Somebody had the date wrong. Either his dad had the date wrong or something, because they celebrated his birthday on one day and we found out it was a different day. And the second thing is, there was no last name on his birth certificate for his mother.
Wow.
No last name.
Well, that's kind of the way it was on my dad's side of the family. My dad's grandparents, the one was an orphan, and all she had was her first name. She didn't have no last name. She picked up a last name when she got married. So we don't know where she came from.
I always told him that, I won't go there. But anyway, maybe you were baby snatched.
Oh, there you go. You never know. You never know. Do you know they're finding children and giving them back to their families in Mexico, children here, and they've been on missing posters for years. They didn't know where.
There's a lot of kids showing up now.
Yeah, how about that one? It's unbelievable. You can just go in and snatch somebody's kid and sell them and be done with it. It's a sick, sick world. Sick world.
I mean, in this day and age, it wouldn't be hard to prove if the kids are really theirs. With the DNA. Excuse me. Thank you. With the DNA nowadays and your footprint, they take your footprints and your handprint, and they say that your fingerprints never change.
Nope, they don't. That's your roadmap.
But I mean, it
Same
can,
one.
it can be altered.
God orchestrated an amazing machine. Nobody's fingerprints are identical.
Not even your own.
Not even your own, right? Isn't that amazing? I just find that to be so fascinating.
Yeah, but you can alter them.
Well, if you want to alter, you can alter anything. Why do we have to alter anything? Why don't we just live the life we were supposed to live?
Right.
What's so wrong with that? I don't get it. Why mess with anything?
No, Donna, if you knew the whole story, I know what you're saying, But if you knew the whole background story, it just kind of makes you scratch your head like, seriously? You know, because supposedly
No,
he was
not
born
him.
in Detroit and then they moved to Chicago and then they came back to Detroit and um I don't even know if it was just his dad's girlfriend or his mom, but his dad went to jail for killing her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and he said he put 7 bullets in her, and if he had an eighth, he would have put the eighth.
That is horrible.
He got off mentally insane.
Well, I want to tell you, and I'm going to say this rather quietly because I have a friend in the audience that's going to turn around and say, no, you can't be related to him. But I'm related to President Johnson. Everyone has a black mark in their tree.
Well, and then I know that when I was pregnant, um, his dad and him thought it would be funny, and to this day, I mean, and with my son having Egyptian in him, I really don't know. But they said, "Isn't it going to be funny when the baby comes out black?" And it's like, huh?
Uh, maybe he's King Tut. Maybe he's related to King Tut.
I don't know. You know, and the only one that knew more of the story was my son's uncle, and he has a traumatic brain injury from 30 years ago.
I heard that you were related to the Bush family. You know, you have this beautiful family tree, and when you shake it, you can't help what nuts fall out of it. You know, I mean, it's crazy when you start looking at different things and think, oh, and they said that President Johnson only was, and you know, if you look, it's true unless he was out in public, but all of his interviews were always from the waist up, always, because he didn't wear pants. He was wore his boxer shirt.
I think I heard that though.
It's the truth. I'm related to a streaker. But it's true. He walked around the White House in his boxer shorts and his button-up shirt and everything. And yeah,
Well, yeah, Donna, I know Egyptians are not black. But what I'm saying is, you know, his grandfather had that like leather skin like Native Americans. To look at him, you would have thought he was Native American or a really light, you know, because he had the features, he had the wide nose and the bigger lips. I mean, that's just a hell of a thing to tell an 18-year-old when they're pregnant.
this is well that explains my wide nose.
Now, you know, it's like, why would you do that to somebody? You
Yeah.
know, it's like, okay, if that's the case, fine, but just tell me so I can brace my parents.
Well, I've been trying to brace these kittens out there that they're related to that cross-eyed black tomcat that's out there, that cross-eyed black and white tomcat, which I keep telling Mama she could find somebody better looking, but apparently she likes him.
Yeah, Zombie, you're right. Skin color is weird because when I was younger, I used to have darker skin. And as I got older, it lightened up immensely. You know, it's like I am like the typical old white woman now. But I never burned. I always tanned.
I have Native American. Now that I know for sure that I have Native American. But that Native American guys is the one that hooked up with the Johnson part. Just saying. Just saying. You know, we got some things going on there. I'm not sure quite all about all that. But yeah, that's where the Johnson
Yeah.
side came from over there.
Yeah.
Oh, Paloma. And
My-
my grandma said, I've never seen that woman before in my life.
Yeah, and my older son has the more olive toned skin.
Right.
And my younger son, well, they have different dads, but my younger son, he came out all American white. White, 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 white.
Zombie, you tan in the winter? I tan in the winter. From the snow? I've heard that before. That people can get a snow tan or whatever. I've never been that fortunate, but I've heard people can get that.
I like moonlight tans.
You moonlight tan? Well, there you go. That's even better. Wow, that's cool. I decided I was going to tan really good this summer, and I got a pretty good one started, and then decided it was too hot and I didn't want to be outside anymore, and that took care of that. That tan was gone. It's a beautiful world in which we live.
Mm-hmm.
It is rather interesting. History is rather interesting when you find out who you're related to.
Right. But yeah, I get what you're saying that, you know, um I I think it's ridiculous that they call us white anyway. We're not white. We're
Not
beige.
totally.
We're like beige. Like a real light white is white. I mean, come on. You know. By far we are not white.
Well, there's an old saying that coins like this. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
Right. Ain't that the truth?
You know?
I certainly would have picked a different family.
Well, I don't know, because you might have gotten even a worse one. So, you know what? I'm happy with what I got. Carry on. Move on.
There can't be anything worse.
White people who don't tan freak me out. Well, those are
the ones that burn.
Yeah, well, I know white people that burn real bad and freckle.
Now, my oldest grandson, when
albinos don't tan.
My oldest grandson, when he was born, he was like the olive tone, like my son,
Mm-hmm.
and now he is super white.
Wow.
Super white. You know, he's like his mom. He burns. Whereas my younger grandson still has the darker skin, the olive toned skin, and he still tans. And I'll tell you, that kid's going to be a knockout.
Wow.
He's going to turn some heads in his time. He's got dark hair, blue eyes. He's got that rich color skin. Wow. He's going to be a knock, and he's cute, if I say so myself.
And there's no prejudice coming from there, I want you to know.
No, none at all. None at all.
Well, zombie, I don't think albinos tan. In fact, they're not even supposed to be in the sun, are they? I think they're susceptible to skin cancer. I don't know.
This is my younger grandson.
He's cute.
And this is his brother, that he's turning 14.
He's cute.
And they both got dimples from here to Kingdom Come. So,
you know what? I my thing is, Donna, the reason I would never have a DNA thing done on me is I don't want the government having my DNA. Not that it probably can do anything or whatever. I just don't want them having it. It just
I have enough of my information.
Right? I just
don't need my DNA too.
Out that they want to dwell that deep into me, and I don't know. I think just some things are better left not being known, and my DNA doesn't need to be. Of course, you know what? They'll probably make us do a DNA before too long, right? And that's your DNA. You're gonna have to do your retina scanning to be able to buy your groceries.
Wow.
All kinds of crazy stuff. Yeah, they do burn, but I think they're susceptible to skin cancer real easy. Yeah, they probably do already have it. So I just don't want to voluntarily give it to them.
Right.
I just don't like it. I just don't. I don't even like to give blood. If the real truth is known, I don't like to do blood tests. I don't like to do any of that stuff.
I can't give blood.
I could, but I don't want to.
No, I can't.
Speaking of giving blood, I went to the doctor yesterday, and the doctor looked at me and he said, "We're going to have to put you on another medication along with the one you're taking right now. We're going to have to put you on blood pressure medication because your blood pressure is extremely high." And I said, "That's because when I come in here, you guys freak me out, and it's called white coat syndrome." And he said, "Okay, a little of that maybe, but it's way too high." And I think it was 174 over 110.
Get some CoQ10 from Costco. It's Kirkland brand CoQ10. 300 milligram things. The doctor put me on high blood pressure medicine, and I heard that CoQ10 helps with that. I've been on CoQ10 for about 5 years now, and my blood pressure is normal or low.
Wow.
I swear by it. I mean, I started taking it at the same time, like when I started taking the high blood pressure medicine, and I totally weaned myself off. And the doctor asked me if I was taking it, and I'm like, no, why should I? Look at my blood pressure.
Well, I was given it at one time, and then I saw my blood pressure was great and got off of it. It was doing its job, and I got off of it. Okay, great. But yeah, so they always great big surprises all the time.
My ex-husband did
get all these wonderful surprises.
My ex-husband did that very recently. He decided he was taking too many pills and didn't want to take them, and he ended up in the emergency room.
There you go.
It's like, you dumbass.
I thought, my blood pressure is great now. What do I need to take that for?
There's certain things that you're on, and I don't know what the medicine was for, but there's certain things that they put you on, and you can't just stop. You have to wean yourself off or something. Because I wean myself off of all of my medicines.
I'm so bad at it. I'm just bad at it. But
going from taking it every day to every other day, then every second day, and then once a week. So
maybe I won't be so tired.
Huh?
Maybe I won't be so tired anymore if I start taking it.
Have you started taking vitamins?
I take vitamins. I told him, I said, "Do you think that my it could be the Geritol that I'm taking since it has alcohol in it?" No, he didn't believe that either. He wasn't buying anything. I tried every excuse under the sun, then he wouldn't buy any of them. Just take your blood pressure pills and carry on. All right, fine, whatever. But I made sure that it was an old blood pressure type medication because the newer ones I don't like. And some of them make your throat real scratchy and itch and cough all the time. And I already have that whiskey voice, so I don't need any help there.
Right.
So I don't want any of that stuff, side effects of any of that stuff. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, life is a challenge. Age is a challenge. Yeah. But it's better than the alternative, right? So there it is.
And whoever said that this is golden years can keep
or whatever. There's nothing golden about it. I think they were thinking that.
Okay, thank you.
It's golden to get there. I don't think it would happen.
I think I liked my 20s and 30s and even my 40s better than this.
I'm telling you what, I liked my 20s, and loved my 30s. It just started when I turned 40. It just seemed to. It was like a hill, and then all of a sudden, yeah, and 60 hit. And it really seemed to.
My problem was the back-to-back car accident.
Oh, that didn't help you out there.
No,
No.
it aged me horrifically.
Yeah.
And it aged my bones, and I
Yeah.
got arthritis from my base of my skull to the tip of my tailbone, and I got it in my knees because one of them, my knee slammed into the dashboard, and
That's not good.
no, as a matter of fact, over this last weekend, my knees were aching, and it's like,
You're getting snow.
what?
You're getting a cold front, aren't you? Aren't you going to be freezing here pretty soon?
I don't know.
I thought you were. I thought that was you're in that area. They said that you're going to get, and they called it Hawktober for Texas, like we haven't been hot forever.
Yeah, we're going into the 30s over the weekend.
See,
Down
there,
at night, we're going into the 30s, and we're not above 56 all next week.
and we'll probably be 110 heat index. So, yeah. But we need to watch Melissa, from what I understand. She's going to come into the Gulf of America and see where she goes. I don't know.
I also have an update on Michael.
Okay.
He's out of ICU. He's responding really good to the antibiotics.
Awesome.
And they're just doing the final paperwork for his insurance, and he's getting ready to go to rehab.
That's awesome. That's good news.
So yeah, it is. It's really awesome
That is good news.
he pulled through, and I'm sure they're excited. He's excited to get out of the hospital. He'll be in the hospital 3 weeks. I know what that's all about.
I would be.
But he'll have to be there probably for another 3 weeks. But the surgery took, and the infection is backing down to the antibiotics.
That's awesome.
It is. It really is. So, I mean, prayers really help this kid.
You know what? All glory to God in there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Because I really didn't think he was going to make it. I really did.
Well, you know what? God has plans for him. That's all I can say. He keeps us alive and keeps us going. There's some kind of plan. And that's why we're alive, whether we know what it is or not. It's not for us to know. But there's a purpose for all of us.
Right.
We have hit that time. I am sorry, guys. I'm exhausted. It has been a very long day. But we will see you on Sunday. All praise God goes to God. All praise God. All praise goes to God. And for those that he takes care of, right? All right. Okay. I love you all. Blessings to everyone. Have a wonderful 3 days or whatever it is till Sunday.
Yes. Have a safe and happy weekend.
Right? And we'll see you Sunday.
Good night, everybody. Don't forget to hit like on the way out, or subscribe if you're in the background just watching.
Good night, guys.
See you later.
Nope. Love you more, Norm.
From shady news to crime so rough, you already know we just can't make this stuff.